Martin, aka Metal, on EBEONADI103.5 FM.
From Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. on the morning drive.
103.5 EBEONADI103.5.
Good morning and welcome to EBEONADI 103.5 FM. Today, the 18th day of November 2024. Today is a Monday and the time is 2 minutes past the hour of 7. It's time for newspaper headlines on EBEONADI 103.5 FM. This morning we are going to take you through the news making the headlines on Nigerian newspapers. But before we do that, let's go for a short break. When we come back, we'll continue on the stories making the headlines. Please stay with us. You're welcome back to newspaper headlines on EBEONADI 103.5 FM. This morning, we are going to take you through the news making the headlines on The Guardian, Leadership, Vanguard, Punch, Daily Post, The Nation, This Day, and if time permits, we're also going to take a look at Nigerian Tribune newspapers. Remember that you can become part of the conversation by sending your reactions via SMS or WhatsApp messages on 08065796599. I am Martin. Let's get started with the Guardian newspaper this morning. Tinubu just out to Brazil for G20 Leaders Summit. Hashtag Ondo decides. APC wins all 18 local governments. Army cracks down on illegal oil bunkering in Niger Delta, deactivates 46 refining sites. No ransom was paid to bandits for 58 kidnapped victims. Freedom. Chief of Defense Staff. No ransom was paid to bandits for 58 kidnapped victims of freedom. Chief of Defense Staff. Minimum wage, NLC, Niger government signed agreement on November implementation. Tinubu determined to change Nigeria's fortunes. Chetima. Police investigate decomposed body discovered behind a power transformer in Ebonyi. Lagos begins a traffic diversion on Marine Bridge for road repairs. National Drug Law Enforcement Agency intercepts drug traffickers and seizes cocaine met at airports. Another, another set of 13 traffic girls rescued from Ghana. Human Rights Writers Association raises alarm over alleged ethnic bias in Tinubu's appointment. Advocates seeks end to open defecation in Amuwodofi amid Nigeria's 20 million toilet gap. Lagos government urges residents to support junction improvement projects. Bank staff visits victims of a tanker explosion in Jigawa, donate relief items. Over 3,700 die in road crashes in 9 months, says a Federal Road Safety Corps. Lawmaker empowers constituents with vehicles, equipment in Abia. Akwa Ibom to digitize tax collection in 2025. Army arrests two suspected kidnappers and recover 87 guns. Balmoral, Lagos partner to nurture youth talent, promote sports excellence. Zamfara governor swears in new local government chairman. INEC declares APC Ayedatiwa winner of Ondo governorship election. Rivers police neutralize notorious cultists, recover gun. Ondo governorship election, a poor excuse for democracy. Coalition of united political parties. 282 Nasarawa farmers get farm inputs from federal government, IFAD, to boost food production. Civil society organizations laws NJC for removing IMO. Yobe judges over age falsification. Firm unveils hypercloud data center in Kenya. Insecurity. Zamfara lawmaker urges action as constituents struggle to farm. Voting begins in Senegal parliamentary election. Tinubu determined to change Nigeria's fortunes. Chetima, we've taken this. Rich anti-finance, GOTNI, empower 1,000 emerging leaders. FCT reopens a barricaded slip road, begins dry season sensitization. Nigeria, India to sign a memorandum of understanding on collaboration in critical sectors. We create emotional connections with our sense. Girard, Sense founder, Daniel Gladys. Police arrest 12 suspects over kidnapping, vandalism, rustling in Kaduna. NMPP chieftain Ajadi condemns Ogun local government polls. Ogun local government poll, NMPP, Labour Party, alleged electoral mismanagement. Gunman. Gunmen kidnap National Drug Law Enforcement Agency officer oddly in Delta. Obasanjo storms Kanu in red cap for Kwankwaso's daughter's wedding. Police reject 174 million naira bribe offer from alleged notorious fraudster. Armed robbery suspect steals a police officer's phone. Imo government officials disappointed over Trump's victory in US election. Suspected cultists kill former local government councillor in Ogun. National auditor ASCSN and Delta TUC chairman Nwachukwu receives honorary doctorate degree. Payment of 40 billion naira Delta local government retirees fund transparent. Auditor general consultant. Dirty December is not excuse for noise pollution. Lagos government warns. Lawmaker calls for advanced tech to combat border smuggling. Senator Jaribe says Cross River PDP is undergoing reorganization for future elections. New Central partners to check human trafficking. River State government signs agreement with 6EV to boost eco-friendly public transportation. Wema Bank receives Best SME Digital Innovation Awards. FEM rewards 296 customers with 28 million naira. Facility management is vital to productivity. Rotary Club of Gowon Estate hosts Kukoyi commissions a project. Buying used phones can land you in jail. Olumide warns Nigerians. FEGOCOWOSA elects Young as new chairman. Hard work, creativity will lead you to success. Nnamene tells youths. European Union inaugurates second cohort of youth sounding board. Chinese consulate offers free eye surgery to Edo. residents. Newborn dumped on refuse site in Bauchi. Court jails man for defrauding hospital staff of 8 million naira. Police arrest 82 suspects in Kanu. Police apparent suspected killers of Enugu market chairman. That's the much we can take from the Guardian newspaper this morning. You're listening to newspaper headlines on Airborne at the 103.5 FM. Remember that you can become part of the conversation by sending your reactions via SMS or WhatsApp messages on 080 From the Guardian newspaper, we'll flip over to leadership newspaper. Yuletide, cargo importation threatened as a throughput drops by 44%. Fuel subsidy removal remains cause of rising food prices. Stakeholders, NITDA boss urges collaboration in fintech to deepen financial literacy. Seplat Energy hosts PEARLSP's rewards academic excellence in Imo. NITDA boss urges collaboration with taking this. Still on the stories making the headlines on the leadership newspaper this morning. Nnamdi Kanu, Nzukọ Ndị Igbo commends Agụọcha's efforts. National Library to mark 60th anniversary with new logo. Atani drives digital innovations in satellite technology entrepreneurship. Tinubu's daughter, Otu, flags off a second carnival dry run in Cross River. Military pounds a terrorist planning attack on troops. Don't lose hope. Cleric charges Nigerians. Don't lose hope. Cleric charges Nigerians. Mba hails Chidinma for emerging first runner-up of Miss Universe. IAG Zachary Ibrahim dies at 81. Tunji Ojo lauded for delivering record votes in Ondo and the vandalization of transmission towers, trust and economic recovery, winning with strategic leadership in a digital and disruptive era. Governor Ododo hails Aiyedatiwa's emergence as Ondo governor-elect, negotiate release of 1.3 million Nigerians in India prison. Ohaneze chieftain tells Tinubu JAMB begins center accreditation for 2025 UTME. No crisis in Olumba. Spokesman. A rebranded NAFES will enhance public participation. DGNCAC. Benue government set to enact electricity law. Enugu to represent Nigeria at World Schools Debate Championship elections. Civil society organizations seek improvement on disability inclusion. Ribadu leads a delegation to Chad. President Deby. Tinubu off to Brazil for G20 Leaders Summit. Federal government douses tension, says tax reforms to ensure equitable VAT sharing. Federal Nasima petitions federal government over NIBC India's operation. Kebi government denies illegal mining allegation. Mina chief imam dies at 93. India to boost investments in Nigeria's agriculture, ICT, others. Anaxon Wellness. Oye Victor, licensed as nature part. Counter-terrorism. Ribadu leads delegation to Chad, meets President Deby. Ondo Guba. Ayedatiwa's victory and endorsement of APC's good governance. Oyebanji. JAMB begins center accreditation for 2025 UTME. Carlos Aid, Peter Ezel, Words, Uroma, Amid, Glamour, star-studded guest. One dies in Lagos truck accident. Ondo Guba, PDP condemns a poll outcome. Blast INEC, says exercise manipulated. Ondo 2024, Buhari hails APC victory. Tax Ayedatiwa on economic reforms. 14 newly elected Zamfara local government chairmen sworn in as Governor Lawal. Tax them on even development. National Air Force bombs a terrorist planning attack on military personnel in Zamfara. Ondo decides Ayedatiwa's victory. Triumph for democracy. People of Ondo. Ganduje. Outcome of Ondo poll. Further endorsement of APC. Tinubu administration. Senator Barrow. Tinubu off to Brazil. We've taken this. Prime Minister Modi's visit negotiates release of 1.3 million Nigerians in Indian prisons. Ohaneze chieftain tells Tinubu. INEC declares APC Ayedatiwa winner of Ondo governorship election. States urged to partner African countries to boost investments. Excitement as Governor Abu Razak delivers South North campuses of Paravacity. Ondo decides PDP's Ajayi loses own local government area to Ayedatiwa as APC wins all 18 local government areas. Vice President Chetima, Zazua Emir, Governor Adeleke, Nwoko orders to grace Abuja International Carnival. APC wins all 20 chairmanship, 236 councillorship seats in Ogun local government polls. Unknown gunmen abduct National Drug Law Enforcement Agency officers in Delta. Suspected kidnappers shot dead in Rivers. Tinubu confers GCON honor on Indian Prime Minister Modi. Tinubu welcomes India Modi to Aso Villa. CAF Awards 2024. I'm disappointed not being shortlisted. Boniface. Yekini remains Nigeria's best striker. Osimhen. Whiskey's new single, Kese, breaks a record on Spotify. Crave Fest. Abuja to host Junk Food Festival December 14th. 2025 AFCON qualifier. Iguavon excuses Nwabali from Rwanda clash. That's the much we can take from the leadership newspaper this morning. Still on the stories making the headlines on Nigerian newspapers this morning from the leadership newspaper, we'll flip over to the Vanguard newspaper. Nigerians suffering, reverse floating of Naira, energy costs, Labour urges Tinubu, Dangote versus Pinnacle and others on fuel supply. Catholic bishop laments bloodletting in Southeast, urges cautions. Senator Moye, anyone can appeal for admission, NUC. AGF recommends FBI model for EFCC, ICPC investigations. Inflation trend overruns the federal government's target to cross 35% by year end. Ondo Guba, how Ayedatiwa flood Ajayi, poor power supply. Azura boss urges federal government to remove legacy debts from disco's books. Ondo Guba, worst election ever conducted. PDP. Ondo election. Ayedatiwa's victory. Well deserved, says Rep member Ojogo. Ondo 2024 election. Free, fair, and credible. Rep member Adefarati. APC deployed 35 billion naira for vote buying. PDP. Still on the stories making the headlines on the Vanguard newspaper this morning. You hate criticisms. Grab land for friends. Adeaju fires back at Wike. NJC sacks 2 heads of court, suspends 2 judges, set up probe panel. Lagos plotting to colonize northern Nigeria. Kwankwaso. Our victories in Edo, Ondo, not a fluke. APC boost. Ondo election, live updates. The victory is for Akeredolu. Ayedatiwa honors ex-governor. The bad and the ugly judges. Nigeria's Chidinma Adeshina emerges second at Miss Universe 2024. PDP to review Ondo governorship election. I turned to fraud, didn't want to work for salary, says a fraudster worth over $500,000. Police team rejects $100,000 bribe from internet fraudster. Peace initiative, Plato's bait raw maize, wild fruits once a day. Still on the stories making the headlines on the Vanguard newspaper this morning. Chief of Army Staff Labaja dies at 56. 10 countries where military services is compulsory. 10 reasons U.S. visa applications are rejected and how to avoid them. NMPC board makes key leadership appointments. Tinubu receives Indian Prime Minister Modi in Aso Rock. That's the most we can take from the Vanguard newspaper this morning. Remember that you're listening to newspaper headlines on Ebona, the 103.5 FM. Remember that you can become part of the conversation by sending your reactions via SMS or WhatsApp messages on 080 From the Vanguard newspaper, we'll flip over to the Punch newspaper. Opeboro, Edo PDP, trade wars over Obaseki's government's project. Kebi denies supporting illegal mining. Akwa Ibom to digitalize tax collection. Many bandits killed in Zamfara operations. Nigerian Air Force. Banditry report. Matawale sues journalists. Demands 60 billion naira damages. PDP slams Tinubu over GCON confinement on Indian Prime Minister. JAMB begins CBT Center's accreditation for 2025 UTME. Abiodun Adebutu clash as APC clears Ogun local government seats. Nigeria must tackle corruption to enjoy prosperity. Anglican primate Olubadan commends Sultan for fostering religious harmony. Para screens 102,452 for hypertension, blood sugar. Ondo poll, local Labour Party candidate blames Obi, NLC for defeat. Ondo poll, Labour Party candidate blames Obi, NLC for defeat. Zamfara APC protests as Lawal swears in local government chairman. Soldiers destroy 46 illegal refineries, arrest 28 suspects. Reps tackle contractors handling federal government housing projects. Top doctors strike threatens operations in 83 federal hospitals. Tinubu, Indian Prime Minister, sign agreements on defense, economy. Sanwo-Olu canvasses tolerance among Lagosians. Tinubu flies to Brazil for G20 Leadership Summit. Governors are threatening reps over Tinubu VAT deal, spokesman. 3,767 killed in 9 month road crashes. Federal Road Safety Corps. How my parents helped me sleep with 158 men in 2 weeks. OnlyFans star. Group hails minister's role in Ayedatiwa's victory. Lagos state government trains technicians in material testing. Government warns against unsafe food storage in dry season. 1,200 National Assembly workers take promotion exams. Court stops NBC from imposing fines on broadcast stations. Ex-lawmaker hails a Supreme Court judgment validating EFCC. Federal government begins MPOS vaccination in 7 states today. Taraba recruits 300 primary health workers. Ayedatiwa's victory. INEC, PDP disagree over alleged fraud in Ondo poll. Ayedatiwa denies a vote buying allegation, says victory had won. That's the much we can take from Punch newspaper this morning. Still on the stories making the headlines on Nigerian newspapers this morning from the Punch newspaper, we'll flip over to the Daily Post newspaper. Knocks over Wike's house gifts for judges. Nigerians intensify campaign to strip president of powers over INEC judiciary. Abiodun congratulates Ayedatiwa on Ondo electoral triumph. Tinubu, Lagos, meddling in Kanu's affairs. Kwankwaso, continue to promote religious tolerance. Olubadan implores Sultan. JAMB begins center accreditation for 2025 UTME. Nigerian Air Force airstrikes neutralize bandit leaders, key loyalists in Zamfara. Niger Governor Bago mourns death of Mina Chief Imam Malam Isa Fari. Plans complete for implementation of 80,000 naira minimum wage in November. Niger NLC. Akwa Ibom plans digitalization of tax collection system in 2025. Ogun Transport Unions commend the government on tax force initiative, cautions Eichmann. Tinubu heads to Brazil for G20 Leadership Summit. That's the much we can take from the Daily Post newspaper this morning. From the Daily Post newspaper, we'll flip over to the Nation newspaper. Trump gets warm welcome at UFC fight night. Tinubu in Brazil for G20 summit. Niger Delta Development Commission to spend 1.9 trillion naira 2024 budget on legacy projects. You are tuned to Ebona, the 103.5 FM, and this is newspaper headlines. We apologize for that little break in transmission, but we are back to serve you better. We are on to the Nation newspaper. Niger Delta Development Commission to spend 1.9 trillion naira 2024 budget on legacy projects. Still on the Nation newspaper this morning, Obasanjo's comment on Tinubu mischievous, says Afenifere chief. Same electoral offenders in our custody, says DIG. Some electoral offenders in our custody, says DIG. Ogun APC wins 20 chairmanship positions, 236 councillorship seats. Forum warns of rising malnutrition. Castina will advance a stronger business-friendly Northwest. Islamic scholars seek end to gender-based violence in North. Senator trains youths on electrical installations. Castina Cancer Polls. Commissions fix 6 November 20th for screening. Castina Cancer Polls. Commission fixes November 20 for screening. Minister decorates staff with armed forces emblem. Tinubu's re-election, my priority, says Obuku. Tension in Akwa Ibom communities over BUA factory. Mba Hills Enugu born Chidinma for emerging first runner-up at Miss Universe. Varsity teachers cry out over threat to life. IGR. Akwa Ibom claims a fourth position in Niger Delta, 10th in Nigeria. Still on the stories making the headlines on the Nation newspaper this morning. Still on the Nation newspaper this morning, meticulous monitoring of PHC's funding will check mismanagement. Eno gets NULGE Best Governor Award in Council Administration. Commissioner, lawmaker, hail group for providing quotas. Mwoko seeks ban on use of dollar, other foreign currencies in Nigeria. House Committee laws NDL's contribution to Gulf of Guinea security. GoTV extends golden window to customers for festive season. Foursquare to government. Be gentle on Nigerians in addressing nation's challenges. Lab scientists decry dearth of services in primary health care centers. Naseni for Naseni's innovations propel industrial growth. Population Commission begins civil registration with ECRVs. QNet provides 8,000 youths with direct selling skills. Lagos will be hub at artificial intelligence, digital tech. Lagos will be hub of artificial intelligence, digital tech. Founder shares success tips. Residents receive food palliatives. You are listening to news pepper headlines on Airborne at the 103.5 FM. We'll now go for a short break. When we come back, we'll continue on the stories making the headlines. Please stay with us.
in the 21st century is gone. When you have EBEONADI 103.5 FM here, what are you celebrating today? Birthdays, wedding anniversary, traditional wedding, chieftaincy conferment, or fala, etc. Approach EBEONADI 103.5 FM Ogidi today to document your event. EBEONADI 103.5 FM offers you live coverage of your events on radio and social media, video and photo coverages feature on magazines, photo books, and others, news coverage of political and other events. Take this offer and receive a complete coverage. For more information, call or WhatsApp 08065796599 or you visit EBEONADI 103.5 FM Ogidi opposite Ogunike Boys inside the Ovin Residency Hotel Ogidi.
Ogidi Kwenu, Ndogidi Kwenu, Adogidi Beauty Show is here again. Adogidi 2024. Now, keep as one. Are you up to 18 and above? Register now and win up to 1 million naira. Ebunwa Muluno Gidi Land or Wadiana. Come and represent your heritage where beauty, brain, and culture blends. Empowering the women, enhancing 66 or 090-13566263. Social media platforms at Instagram, TikTok, or Facebook at Adogidi Beauty Pageant. Forms are available at all residency hotels nationwide. And the deadline for the registration is on the 10th of December 2024. Adogidi Beauty Pageant Show. Don't miss out. Arise. Kunye.
EBEONADI 103.5 FM. Nabakoa Production.
Police for Atlante.
Now my business is mine.
When I will tell you SDJ radio drama, here we go. Akụkọ ihe mere n'ime ejije radio drama Eriko ga na-abịara gị every Monday 8 o'clock p.m. with a repeat broadcast on Saturday 3 o'clock p.m. na EBEONADI 103.5 FM.
If you move by finish of
Amara mi le wa di la mo. Ko ko na ka do na ra ko na ni ri ko na e. Ke ka ku ke mo na la ma bu ku na ya mo le si.
Ekokwana ka call dị nke a call.
Residency Hotels, Leofin Ogidi. Ogidi's #1 place for all type of events. Burunia Dewa from corporate to social gathering or any type of parties, even end of year parties from the club. We have air-conditioned hall and outdoor space of a very good capacity. When Nediano come, let us celebrate your event in style. Residency Hotel, Leofin Ogidi. If you are somebody with a taste, when Emmanuel back in the I want delicious meals, drinks, and spirits brewed in different parts of the world. For booking, call 081-4567-8901. One more. Come, let's make your event come through the way it's dream or your plan of why. Residency Hotels Leofino Gidi or Gidi's best place for premium events. Ask Kona Namagoroge, Mwakazi Alumde Hagi.
Man is a political animal. That's why we all have our views on politics. Political View comes to you at EBEONADI 103.5 FM with Martin Ifeanyi Ikisi every Monday, 3 o'clock p.m. to 4:30 p.m. and Saturday, 10 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. It's all about the day-to-day activities in the Nigerian political space. Views of political actors from various political parties on political process, views of labor leaders, and most importantly, your views. Views of the common Nigerian. Tune in to EBEONADI 103.5 FM or you join online via mixlr.com/gistfm every Monday and Saturday. What are your political views? Keep a date.
You're welcome back to Newspaper Headlines on Airborne at the 103.5 FM. Remember that you can become part of the conversation by sending your reactions via SMS or WhatsApp messages on 08065796599. We are on to the Nation newspaper. Founder shares success tips. Residents receive food palliatives. Agency set to uplift social well-being. Ikorodu Doyen Club tackles diabetes. Ikorodu Doyen Lions Club tackles diabetes. Organizer laws government over festival. That's the much we can take from the Nation newspaper this morning. Still on the stories making the headlines on Nigerian newspapers this morning from the Nation newspaper, we'll flip over to this day newspaper. Election integrity. Obasanjo calls for new credible INEC leadership. INEC declares APC Ayedatiwa winner of Ondo poll. Party clears all 18 local governments. Dangote seeking bank funding to boost crude supplies to refinery. WTO urges Nigeria to review customs procedures at ports, knocks high rates of physical inspection. Taxation. Federal government laws tribunals role in trust building, voluntarily compliance. Taxation. Federal government laws tribunals role in trust building, voluntary compliance. Intrigues as Ayedatiwa wins re-election as Ondo governor. Election integrity. We've taken this. FAAN prepares two major airports for ranking certification. INEC declares APC Ayedatiwa winner of Ondo poll. Party clears off 18 local government areas. Zamfara governor swears in new local government chairman. Tinubu rejoices with Lucky Ayedatiwa on election as Ondo governor. Shell staff bag awards at NAPE 2024 conference. SNEPCO MD pledges sustained efforts towards energy security. Enugu to represent Nigeria at World Schools Debate Championship in Panama. Federal government, ACON, seek advertising industries cooperation in economic transformation. Experts chart way forward on adoption of TACAFU, non-interest finance. Customs, NAFDAC signed a memorandum of understanding to curtail influx of illicit pharmaceutical products. Stanbic IBTC seeks to increase agriculture funding. Sustainability, Seaway donates plastic recycling bins to Lagos State. Stakeholders tax federal government on 15 trillion naira logistics, transportation industry to unlock economy. IDL celebrates distributors, relaunches products. That's the much we can take from this day newspaper this morning. Still on the stories making the headlines on Nigerian newspapers this morning from the This Day newspaper, we'll flip over to Nigerian Tribune. Nigeria's struggle for mental economic emancipation. Reps to hold interactive section on tax reform bills Monday. Tribune has more PhDs than some university faculties. Miss Universe 2024, Chidinma Additional makes history as first runner-up. Portable blows hot, dismisses Olamide's role in his journey to fame. ID Kabasa, Dibanj gets legacy status at Beats Awards. Reps to hold interactive session with taking this. Dry weather. Lagos government issues safety alert to residents. Governor Lawal swears in new Zamfara local government chairman. Tinubu committed to consumer credit scheme. Credit Corp boss. Akwa Ibom, IGR increases by 170% in 6 years. JAMB begins accreditation of CBT Center for 2025 UTME. Oyo Deputy Governor urges religious institutions to promote national unity. Para Governor completes UC, Ilesha campuses. Revenue collectors are crushed to death in Lagos. Revenue collector crushed to death in Lagos. That's the much we can take from the Nigerian Tribune newspaper this morning. That will also mark the conclusion of all that we have for you on this particular edition of newspaper headlines on EBEONADI 103.5 FM. Remember that you can become part of the conversation by sending your reactions via SMS or WhatsApp messages on 08065796599. Now we flip over to our WhatsApp portal for reactions. On our WhatsApp portal this morning, we have this message. It's coming from famous Christian. He's joining us from Ifite village at Gluzibo. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Now we have this one. This one is coming from Agunabo. He's joining us from Ofa Agluzibo, and he says, traveling saga, continuous travel from one country to another country with our borrowed hard and our hard taxes that almost take our life. Okay, is highly condemnable. And he says, because there is no profit from it. Instead, they are siphoning our money. Ondo election result, wahala. We know what the results are before now. That's funny because there is no way another party can win it. Disruptive and vandalizers saga. He says is because of lack of insecurities and federal government deaf ear plugs into catastrophic terrorist saga. Nigeria have to use in integrity. Okay, are you? He said in intelligent soldiers to tackle the existing terrorists before it escalates. Finally, free Nnamdi Kanu for peace in Southeast for sacrificing of soldiers, destroying illegal oil business bunkers without building refineries is highly condemnable. Let Nigeria do the needful. We are watching our things unfold. Okay, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Now we have this message. This one is coming from Maloto Patrick from Monteje, and he says, to say that the removal of fuel subsidy is the cause of economic hardship in the country is to state that the obvious. In other words, the hardship in the country will continue, infinitum, unless the Tinubu administration decides to do the needful. How can a sane president wake up in the morning and announce the removal of fuel subsidy without first of all watering the ground for the policy to succeed? I have said it earlier, and I will continue to say it, that the government must, as a matter of fact, and very urgent, to give individuals license to build modular refineries to refine oil for domestic use so that Nigeria will stop the importation of fuel. I am quite aware that some people will say that licenses had already been issued to people to build modular refineries, but the argument is that when people are giving licenses. They should be empowered. Otherwise, it is seen as not giving at all, as the government must do the needful very urgently. This one is coming from Waloto Patrick from Monteja. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Still on our WhatsApp portal this morning, we have this message. It's coming from Valentine and then from Mbo, and it says Obasanjo called Mr. Tinubu Baba Go Slow, which is pure truth. In Nigeria, no need for advice. Our leaders will be torturing citizens, but because he is from your tribe, brother or uncle, those sycophants around him will be praising him, even when things even when things went wrong in country where there are many professors and lawyers, aka learned ones, is still making one step forward and 10 steps backward. Too bad. Valentine Edene from Mukbo, thank you so much for joining us this morning. From our WhatsApp portal, we'll flip over to our SMS portal and we have this message. It's coming from Godwin Ayebunam from Umumbo. I am the local government area of Anambra State, and he says, Tinubu determined to change the fortunes of Nigerians by Shetima is a promise without fulfillment. What is holding Tinubu from putting smiles on the faces of Nigerians? Things are getting out of hand. The time for Tinubu to act is now. Godwin Ayebunam from Umumbo, Ayamelum. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. We also have this message that says the Ondo elections shows that we did not have a trust in INEC and they will tell others to go to court. We put our trust in God. Ogochukwu, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Still on our SMS portal, we have this message. It's coming from Ishie Mazi Izuogo from Awada, and it says President Tinubu's are traveling always is so much, and it says, and it is annoying. Why Nigerians are dying every day due to higher inflation, no security, no medical attention. He can't concentrate on his own problem. Going to Brazil for G20 is rubbish. What a country. May God have mercy on us. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Ishie Mazi Izuogo from Awada. Still on our SMS portal, we have this message. It's coming from Onyudo from Nimo in Njikoka local government area of Anambra State, and it says, going by recent electoral results in Nigeria, the country is heading towards one-party system of governance. Onyudo from Nimo in Njikoka. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Still on our SMS portal, we have this message coming from Mayor Onyin Jikoka, and he says Tinubu honors Indian Prime Minister. How many of those countries that he goes to gives him the least award? Even he abandoned his visitor to go to Brazil. Nigeria, we hail thee. Okay, thank you so much for joining us this morning, Mayor Onyin Jikoka. And I guess the Indian Prime Minister is also headed to the same Brazil too. Still on our SMS portal, we have this message. It's coming from Honorable Onyedika Osakwe, and he says, since the APC clinched the mantle of power, everything went astray. There is always one problem or another. Our dear nation that was once peaceful has become a war zone. Every day Tinubu is either here or there, and he has nothing good to give Nigerians. Now, bandits had overrun every nook and cranny, and that the government kept mute and only appoints misfits in sensitive, juicy positions we are watching. Honorable Sakwe continued and he says, I did not see our nation regaining its past glory as those in governance did not have a listening ear. Everybody is self-centered. Okay, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Honorable Onyedeka Osakwe from Ogidi. Well, with that message from Honorable Onyedeka Osakwe, this is the spot where we'll begin to call it a day on this particular edition of newspaper headlines on EBEONADI 103.5 FM. Remember, it comes your way weekdays in the morning once it's 7 o'clock. So keep a date and don't touch the dial of EBEONADI 103.5 FM once it's 8:20 this morning. We'll be back with Birthday Splash. Till we meet again, I am Martin. Have a blessed morning.
The challenges of documenting memories in the 21st century is gone. When you have EBEONADI 103.5 FM, here, what are you celebrating today? Birthdays, wedding anniversary, traditional wedding, chieftaincy conferment, or fala, etc. Approach EBEONADI 103.5 FM Ogidi today to document your event. EBEONADI 103.5 FM offers you live coverage of your events on radio and social media, video and photo coverages feature on magazines, photo books, and others, news coverage of political and other events. Take this offer and receive a complete coverage. For more information, call or WhatsApp 08065796599 or you visit EBEONADI 103.5 FM Ogidi opposite Ogunike Boys inside the Ovin Residency Hotel, Ogidi. EBEONADI 103.5 FM. Napakoa Production. When I will tell you AJ radio drama, here we go. Akụkọ ihe AJ radio drama, here we go. Gonna tell you every Monday, 8 o'clock p.m. Broadcast on Saturday, 3 o'clock p.m. Now, EBEONADI 103.5 FM.
If you know by finish of the
Amara mi le wa di la mo. Ko ko na ga do na na ko na ya ni ko na ya. Nke ka ku ke wona ala ma bu na ya mo le si.
Ekokwana ka call the guy, call
Oge ndị ime ahịa bụ nnekwu ohere ewepụtara maka ịkwalite ebe ite mmetụ aka gị ma ụlọ azụmahịa gị. Mara na ihe dị mma n'anya bụ nwanne. Kedu uru oge ndị ime ahịa ga-abara gị?
Uru oge ndị ime ahịa ga-abara gị bụ site n'oge ndị ime ahịa, ị ga-enweta nnukwu ohere akpọrọ diskaụnt n'ọnụ bekee maka ịkwalite ebe azụmahịa gị. Mara na ya bụ ohere ga-amalite mgbe ọbụla ebe ọ na-adị nwụchiri kpọmkwem n'ime ahịa.
Kedụzi ihe ị na-eche? Gbapụ ya ọsọ kpọtụrụ ndị 103.5 FM n'akara ekwentị ndị a na 08065796599 ọzọkwa na 08065796599. Oge ndị ime ahịa, oge nnekwu ohere.
Residency Hotels Leofin Ogidi. Ogidi's #1 place for all type of events.
Burunia, they were from corporate to social gathering or any type of parties, even end of year parties from the club. We have air conditioned hall, an outdoor space of a very good capacity. When Nediano, come, let us celebrate your event in style. Residency Hotel, you feel Ogidi. If you are somebody with a taste, when Emmanuel back in it, I want delicious meals, drinks, and spirits brewed in different parts of the world. For booking, call 081 45678901. One more. Come, let's make your event come through the way it's dream or your plan of why. Residency Hotels Leofino, Gidi or Gidi's best place for premium events. Ask for an amagwarabe, Mwakazian.
Man is a political animal. That's why we all have our views on politics. Political View comes to you at EBEONADI 103.5 FM with Martin Ifeanyi Ikisi every Monday, 3 o'clock p.m. to 4:30 p.m. and Saturday, 10 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. It's all about the day-to-day activities in the Nigerian political space. Views of political actors from various political parties on political process, views of labor leaders, and most importantly, your views. Views of the common Nigerian. Tune in to EBEONADI 103.5 FM or you join online via mixlr.com/gistfm every Monday and Saturday. What are your political views? Keep a date. Ladies and gentlemen,
Tighten your seatbelt.
Okay, guys, thank you. Like, subscribe, and share right to the subscribe button right here. We rock. Dalo.